Okay, so basically what we have there is that last page is more of her bragging that she's one of them, in case you're in denial still. So we're going to move on from that one. She goes into a school protest, and she's or they are behind the teachers in the street, and or they've seen so many teachers in the street, protesting this year. And it's like, yeah, you're using them to take away the constitutional rights, using them to milk the taxpayers of money so they can do nothing except for brainwash the children how to kill brown people and everything else. And it's like, for Israel and how to worship Israel and how to hate America. Yeah, it's a great thing, right? Great thing. So here she is using her teacher union. She runs and to go to J Street and praise Israel, because education in America is about Israel. It's not about, it's not about America. Clearly. She's like, beset on all sides by adversaries, threatened by those who seek to wipe it from man. A place where elected leaders can be vilified for seeking to do nothing more than represent their own people. Ah. But enough about the American Federation of Teachers. Yeah, she was talking about Israel, and what she was talking about was Jews all along. Like, oh, Jews got to take up for Jews, but they got to invade America and take it over. And only you can't say anything about Jews taking over America because we'll kill you. Like we kill the Arabs when we use America to kill off another land like Syria or Iraq every week. Or Gaddafi, a new leader every week. Blah, blah, blah. I have a deep personal connection to Israel. It is a product of my Jewish identity and life experience, including the fact that I come home to a partner who happens to be a brilliant rabbi. Sorry, I keep calling her. I think that's the ham. That would be the ham in the relationship, I suppose. So that's like sexism to me, I think. I might get banned if I call her a her. I mean, him or her. So, yeah, it's his experience. Looks like dude. Pretty sure that's a dude in the relationship. My own passion for Israel, the faith in activism. I mean, economic justice and democracy. Yeah, that's what Israel's all about. Yeah. Your own passion for Israel. What the hell about America? Who cares about Israel? I mean, who the hell comes to America and cares about some place they left? If the place you left was trash, then you don't talk about it. But now these people just want to take over everything and consume it like mold on bread. So she just goes bragging and bragging about how great her people are and how they need to be able to be their people, and no one else can be their people, be their own people except for Jews. It's no secret that American Jewry is among the most dynamic and successful diasporas in the world. Yeah, right there, she's not saying that it's the most dynamic and successful American diaspora in the world. It's saying its global domination and ability to spread propaganda comes from its control of America. The success of American Jews, nothing has been more essential to the success of American Jews than our historic commitment to education, specifically public education. Brainwashing. Take a look at one high school in Brooklyn, James Madison High School, a couple miles from where I taught, blah, blah, blah. Here's a small sampling of its graduates. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Bernie Sanders, Chuck Schumer, Nobel Prize. Yeah, that's another video. That's a propaganda prize. Give it to Obama for killing Muslims because he's peaceful. When you kill for Jews, you're peaceful, man. Gary Becker, Stanley Cohen, Martin Luther Pearl, and Robert Silla. Not to mention my predecessor, great champion of civil rights, aka opening up America to Jews, but closing down Israel too, to no one but Jews. Sandy Feldman. America's public education system is an essential to the thriving Jewish diaspora that we have today. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. That's why, in the face of budget cuts and privatized efforts, Jewish grassroots activists battle every day. I bet they do. They're probably the leaders of each and every one of these thoughts these teachers have. When Butter Tubbs leaves the frickin' break room for a few minutes, stops eating to go protest for more fucking money so they can go eat and then go back to the classroom and then tell the kids how cool it is to love Israel and shit. Or else you go to jail. And give up your guns, or else you go to jail. This is a difficult moment for those of us who believe in the ideal of Jews and Palestinians living side by side in two states with real rights and security. And she goes on to like slightly bash them, the Palestinians. I mean, she's trying really hard not to just say, oh, those dirty Palestinians, we need their land. She has to, she's scared. She's weak. She has to use subversion, passive aggression to get her method across. So you have to be able to read through that. And the whole thing is a two-state solution is basically a Jew kicks in your door, starts squatting in the main part of your house, and then pushes you, like punches you in the face till you go up the stairs. And every time you leave up the stairs, they punch you in the face again, and make you go back upstairs, and then they'll shoot you if they come back down. So that's the two-state solution. Is then the Jews call the cops, and the cops are the Jews, aka the UN in America, and then they're like, oh yeah, and then probably Russia too, of course, and maybe Iran. And maybe everyone, because they seem to control everything. But they just call them. They call up the cops, and the cops will be like, "Oh, well, let's divide your house into two, and you can live in the bottom where you're at already, and you're gonna live in the top, and then there'll be no more fighting." I mean, first of all, you're a fucking idiot if you believe that there's going to be no more fighting because you just stole some land and people have been fighting about the land you stole, and you're going to create an honor treaty because you're such an honorable America. You stole the land and you say, now it's my land. That's honor, son. Yeehaw. No. Doesn't work that way. But that's what she'll go on to do with passive aggressive. Basically, just remember this is about, if you want to read it, this is pretty freaking long. She can blab for a long time, dude. I mean, look at this blab, blab, blab. She's been blabbing her whole life if she can talk that long. That's all she's done, I think, is just be a fucking propagandist. But if you want to read it, you can come see it. It just basically, she's using this teacher's platform, American public school propaganda outlets to, and the schools they run, they're disseminating this crap through the schools to worship a country that has nothing to do with America. Is parasites leeching off of America and has stolen over $14 trillion from America through their global Jewry, which is the boss of Israel and the boss of Zionists. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is a crime, but considering they're the government, and in my neighborhood, and probably in New York, they're the police. So, I mean, what are they going to do? If they're going to arrest themselves, they would have done that like 80 years ago. But they're not. They're not going to arrest themselves. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to stop public schools from being terrorist propaganda outlets like this terrorist wants. They're just not going to stop any of that. So that's it. I mean,